Hello everyone, welcome to Mesolite Visual. This video I demonstrate the double story concept development of a 3-bedroom house in ArchiCAD workflow from sketch to a complete virtual building you see in your screen. I'll be putting different tools into practice for you to understand, and there is a sketch provided on the description so you can follow along with this demonstration. There is also a final ArchiCAD file provided for this project. Check the link in the description. Let me not waste your time and get started. This is going to be very interesting. If you want to follow along with this tutorial, go down in the link in the description and download this drawing that we're going to use for this project. So we have both floors here ready. We have the ground floor on this side and then the first floor here. Like I said, go down the link and download this file to follow along with this very interesting tutorial. So we're going to start by looking at the floors or the levels or the heights of the both two stories. So I'm going to go to the project map as we are in currently here, and then I right click in one of the floors here and then go to story settings. In the story settings we have different story levels, as you can see here, up to story 2, which is 0, 1 and 2. So to insert a new story or to create a new story, it's either you insert it above or below. So you have to select whatever the floor that we're going to add is either up or below. So yeah, and then you can hit insert above or below story. That's basically it, and this is just normally the settings of your story height. So I'm going to maintain the structure of this template, which is 3 meters high of each story, and do the same. And then I'm going to leave this because this is going to be our roof plane. So I'm going to say this, oh sorry, it has to be on small caps. Let me say roof level, or I can just say roof level, or just say roof for the sake of this. And then this is going to be first floor. It's going to be first floor, and then that's it. Then hit OK. From here, there we go, we're on first floor. Let's go back to the ground, and I'm going to copy this drawing for the first floor plane. So I'm going to Control X to cut it so that I can go and paste it on the relevant story, which is here. Paste it like so, and then click outside the mark Q to complete the pasting operation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to align this with the ground floor. So to do that, I'm going to trace the ground floor by right clicking on the ground and activate show as trace reference. So it will give you the trace reference for the ground floor. So what I'll do, I'll highlight my first floor diagrams and then move it to align it with the ground floor, and then make sure everything is aligned, as you can see. But no, then click outside. Perfect. Now I have everything in line. I can start my drawing or my modeling. So let's go back to the ground where we're going to start the whole process. So I'm going to activate design tools and activate the wall to start with. So click on the wall. So I'm going to start by looking at the type of wall that I'm going to use for this. So it's either I go for brickwork, or there are different types of brick walls, or any composite wall. So what I'll do, I'll just click on the structure here on the info box and pick the basic wall structure. So we have different types of wall structure. You can have a complex profile there, which is where you create a profile and then you wrap it around your wall, or you can create a composite for that. So in this case, I'm going to use just a basic wall, and then I'll give it a 300, which is the thickness. By default, I think it's fine. So it's been linked with the first story, as you can see here, and you can unlink them by saying not linked, so that you can define this by your value. So for example, if you say not link, I can do that, but it will be nicer to have these constraints to have a total control in your project. It's very, very important to use constraints that are provided by ArchiCAD. So yeah, and then in terms of the structure, let's see what is available there. These are the materials, building materials to access. So I'll pick a brick structural, for example, and then I'll come here and draw. So the geometry method we have for drawing our wall, we have the straight or single, and then we have, so if you click on this one, it has all different kinds of you can have a continuous, more like a polyline, and then you can have a box or as an angled box. You can also have the rotated or the curved walls here, and then the other ones. So I will just use the chained one for the polyline. So, and then I'm just going to draw like so. So the reference line is going to be on the outside or on the left, of which is fine. Then I'll go just that. Let's go to this wall, then here, there we go, and then that's it, and we can close off like that. Perfect. So what I'll adjust, so I'll by default to group all the walls because I was using a chained or a polyline method. But if you want to edit this to access a single or separate or individual walls, so you have to unsuspend groups. So I'll unsuspend groups and then click here on here to stretch this wall to there. Then I'll do the same to this other side. They'll act as both for the boundary and for the exterior wall. So that's how it is. And then here also I can stretch this to there. This one I'll stretch it to here. Perfect. So that's how this building is going to be like. So, and then I'll continue to place other walls like this one. I'll stretch it to there, and then pick parameters of this to continue with the same structure of this wall. And then I'd want the reference to be on the right because I want this to be outside. So I'll click here on the reference line location and say inside, and then click to complete like that. Perfect. So we have already now the base for our project or for our building, which is the ground floor. So we have to place the staircase. This is where the staircase is going to be located. So it's just a straight staircase. So I'll pick a state 2. You can click on the favorites here and see what ArchiCAD offer in terms of the staircase designs, as you can see there. So in this case, I want something interesting because it's going to be a feature on this lounge. So I'll click, I will use this beam supported stair. Click on it, and then I'll start and draw the staircase. So I'll just click here, and then I would make sure the baseline is on the left so that it can fill here. So I'll just draw like that to there, and then okay, from here let's zoom in here. I'm having an issue here with the width of the staircase, so I'll select it and then open its settings to change or set the width to 1.1 so that you can fill the whole area that I've created for the staircase. Perfect. So from here, there we go. So we have now the staircase in place for the ground, and let's place a furniture to define all our spaces. So what I'll say, I'll just pick the parameters of this, or we just go to the object tool and open its settings. From there, we're going to start with the dining. So just go here and then go outside. Let's under the default library, let's go to the furniture layouts so that we can access the layouts for different types of furniture. So I'll start with the dining. So in my dining, I'll go to the settings here. Then from here, what I'll do, I'll get rid of other chairs, especially from the bottom, just to have this type of design because I have a limited space in my kitchen. So I'll hit OK, then place it there. I'll make sure it's facing, mirror this vertically to face the kitchen side. Perfect. And then move it to here, nice and clean. So we have the lounge there. Let's do the same again. Open object settings, and under the furniture layouts, let's find sofa layout. There we go. And also this one again, I'm not gonna have the seating on the bottom, so I'll just uncheck this box and then hit OK. Place it like that because we have a limited space to have a full set or full seating. So it's more like this, and then I can also get it with one single seating. So let's go back here, then let's get rid of the left side, something like that. Perfect. Yeah, I think it's nicely. I can just leave it. I think it's better we leave it that way, but it's taking all the space. So let me just have it this way and then move it somewhere there. Perfect. And then this one, I can also move it closer to there. There we go, nice and clean. We have a toilet here underneath the staircase, this the underneath the flight. So it's either we hide the hidden staircase or stair elements on the let's click on it and then just open its settings. You will get or understand what I'm trying to say. Under the floor plan and display, what we can say here, we're saying relevant top story, which is first floor, which is fine. But what I want is to open there, and then under the grid structure, let's find, oh no, it's not this one I'm looking for. Let's go back here, and then I would say show on all relevant stories is fine. Let's come here and then we choose this one, the break below and mark visible. There we go, then hit OK. There we go, that's what I want, and so that we can have our space here for the toilet visible. So I'll pick parameters of that. By the way, I feel these walls are too thick, so let me just click pick parameters of this or select a wall to there and hit Ctrl A to select all the walls. So I'm gonna set it to 250 millimeters, and then the internal walls for this one I'm trying to draw is going to be 115. Oh yeah, it's going to be 115. Then I'm going to draw it here, and then there, that will be the toilet. So yeah, let's open the object settings again by picking the parameters of that. You can hit Alt in your Windows. I don't know about Mac. I think it's going to be Command. Yeah, I think it's going to be Command something, but I'll find and I'll pick the code or the shortcut for you. So in this case, we are looking for the path of the toilet, water closet. So you can type here what WC, go for this one, and then under the settings I'll change for this. This looks good on the drawing. Then place it there. Let's rotate it. I don't think it's the one that I was looking for. It's not the one. Let me just rotate and then go back, move it to the position, and then go back to its settings and change this to something like that. Let's see. I think it's not the one. Let's go back again. I think it's something like, might be this one. You can also check on preview before you can hit OK. I think let's get rid of, let's do it this way. Perfect. So yeah, I think we are done with the setup of the ground floor. So let's go to the first floor and do the same. I can copy the footprint of or the outline of the ground and paste it to the first floor because they are on the same, just to speed up the thing. And let's Ctrl C, then open your first floor, paste it here. Make sure you use the original location because you want them to sit or superimposed. That's the way. And then click outside for the paste, and then you can take this wall, stretch it to there, or maybe let's switch off the tray so that we can see you are dealing only with the first floor. There we go. So this is going to be stretched to this corner, and then I'm going to have a copy of another wall there. Yeah, perfect. And then have another one there. Then I can get rid of this by holding Control in your keyboard to activate the scissor. This is a cursor to trim your elements. Perfect. So yeah, I have my insert there, and then I'll have another wall for the, because this one it has to be the reference line has to be on the center, so I'll use the center and then draw like that. Perfect. So I think internal walls are going to be 115. All the internal walls is going to be 115. So this, because it comes all the way here, what I'll do, I'll split it. So I'll pick the split tool and click here to split. So and then pick this tool and fillet so that I can refine the joints for these walls. Perfect. So nicely inclined. Then I can pick parameters of the 115 and transfer it to the, instead of having it on a center, this is going to be on the outside, like so. Perfect. It looks I think this wall has to go all the way to the outside, or I can just take this and use the adjust, or adjust it to there. Perfect. And then get rid of this. Due to this one, I would adjust it to there. Perfect. So what's left is this one. Move it to here, and then pick parameters of that, place it there, and inject to this one, because we want to draw another wall from here for the bathroom. Then okay, let me select these two and fillet them. Perfect. We're having an issue here to resolve for the staircase, because if you look at here, we're supposed to have a landing or a starter for the landing on this level. So if I stretch this to here, let's see, but the linked story for this is going to, it's the first floor, which is fine that way. So I think if we check on the ground first, it starts here and then go all the way. So from, I think on the ground is fine. So if you go on the first floor, we need to have an allowance where this is going to start. It's either we move this wall by 1 meter, which is the size of the landing. So I'll say 1.1 or 1 meter. Move it here, and then let's fillet this 2 like so, and then we'll do the same to this 2, just like that. Yes. So that when you start, you have the starter of the staircase, which is to the ground. So I'll move these elements to there, stretch it to there, just like that. Yeah, and then also we have an issue here. We want to resolve this, because once the staircase flight is around here, it has to hide. So I'll open its settings, and then let's say under the first floor, on the first floor, as you can see here, we're having a full staircase, but we're going to say we want above break mark visible, which is this one, and then boom. Perfect. It's nicely done. It's clean enough, and yeah. So we're done with the placement of this. So I think let's just do the what you call this, the furniture. So I'll start with this bed and then open its settings. I'm going to use the furniture layout like before, and then use this one, then hit OK, just like that, and then make sure it's positioned here, or I can mirror it to, let's Control M on the keyboard once this selected, and mirror. Oh, it doesn't want to mirror, so let's click on this point and then activate the mirror tool on the pad palette like that, and move it to here. Drag a copy by clicking on the control to add a copy and place it there. Perfect. So we have the in-suite and the bath, where we need to place the bathrooms, or so the water closets. Yeah, open the objects tools, and then let's go to the water closet and just hit OK, place it here. I'm going to rotate this to there, so this will be, I can put it here, and then go back again, open to get a bath tap. So I'm going to get a bath tap. Where's the bath tap? There we go. Pick, and I'm not bothered for now with the graphics of this element, so I'll just show you how you can just override this once. So for now, I'll be focusing on getting the design work instead of focusing on the graphics. So perfect. And then from here, let me just move this to here. I need a basin for this. The vanity is going to be a vanity basin. So let's find basins. Yeah, I think this one. Hit OK. place it here. Let's mirror a copy, not a copy, let's just mirror it that way, and then I'm going to place it on this corner there. Perfect. Something like that. Yes. So the arrangement can change, it's subject to change, but for the sake of this, let's just leave it here and move on with the rest. So I'll come here again, I can select all this and drag a copy of the elements, then just place them here. And then let's say I'll start with the bathtub, put a bathtub here, and then rotate this and move it to the side. Clearly we don't have enough space for other elements. I'm thinking we should convert this into a shower instead of a bathtub. I think it will give us more space. So let's just do this and mirror a copy, sorry, not a copy, just to that. I don't know why I keep on saying mirror a copy. Get used to mirror a copy. So then take this and put it here. So that's basically your in-suite arrangement, but let's just have it on the corner there. Yes, perfect. And then you can also have enough space between your shower and your water closet. Perfect. Sorry about that, let me just have a drink. Thank you. Yeah, we are moving on to the next stage, which is the placement of openings. So I'm going to start with the ground. Let's go back to the ground, and the first opening is the entrance here. I'm going to have a nice sliding folding door there. Let's go to the door tool and open the, like I said, I'm not fast too much on to the graphics now. I'll set them later. You would see how fast or efficient you can achieve this just in one. So for this, I'm going for the sliding folding door. Let me go for this one with multi-panel. And here's a trick, guys, on setting out this. Okay, let's just assign the handle first. Just pick anything that is interesting there, and then from here, if this is the only door lift that is customizable, the rest are not. You cannot customize the width of this. So I would rather start with this HV grid and then move to the next page for here for for this settings, the door lift type. So what I would do is set this to 80, the width of the upper lower frame, and then for the lower frame, for the upper frame, so that I also have 80, and then also the side 80. So you can only access this if you are using the HV grid, like I'm saying. And then move forward. I think we need to set also the materials. So I'll go to the, click on here and then go to model attributes, and I'll set this to be a uniform surface. So I'll just look for something like aluminum or stainless steel. Let's go for aluminum. Perfect. And then hit OK. So I'm going to place it there, and then it has to open from the outside. And then what I'll do, I click it here. Let's stretch it to fill in this space where we want it to be. Perfect. Nice and clean. So another door, it will be the access to this bedroom. So it's going to be just a simple rotating or pivoted door. So I'll just go back again to the door tool and find the hinged doors and scroll down here and look for something. Oh, I must pass this one, just the door 6. From here, the door leaf, I'm going to find something interesting on the existing, which is maybe the style 11, and set the handle just like that, and go to the I want the model attributes so that I can change this to uniform door surfaces. No, the frame and the door panel are going to be different, but I can set yes, it has to be different. So the door frame is going to, let's find something like aluminum, and then the frame is going to be wood oak light. Yeah, perfect. Then hit OK. So from here, let's place it there. Perfect. And then we have another one for the toilet, but for this it's going to be a different width, so I'm just gonna give it 800 and then place it there, just like that. Perfect. So I will move on to the upper floor, but before we do that, let's just, oh, we have another door there for going to the garden. We have a garden at the backyard there, so you can just click or pick the parameters of this and then place it there like so, and then I'm gonna stretch it to fill in the whole space like that. Maybe I need to increase the number of leaves for this because it takes a bigger space, or make it 4.8, which is a good dimension. Let's open it, open the settings, and then what I want is to set up to increase the number of leaves. So click here on the arrow and maybe go to, is it the door leaf type? I think is the, yeah, you can also do it here. The pane, no, I don't think it's this one. Let's go back to the door settings, which is this one. So say 3, 3, 3. Perfect. So yeah, I think it's reasonably sized. Let's select all these doors and try to set them the way we want, or the graphic. So I'll click here and open the settings. Let's go to the detail level. So for 3D detail it's going to be a full, and then 2D detail is also going to be scale sensitive. And then what we are going to say under the model attributes, we're going to go scroll up and then say this is the resolution should be 100. There we go. And then the frame pen on the 3D, I'm going to override this to pen that is 0.13. 0.13 is the weight that I want. So let's hit OK and see the changes. Oh, it didn't change because we are working on a scale of 1:50. So if we set this to on a scale of 1:100, so if we change this to 1:50, it will give us the detail we want, as you can see. So from here we need to now set this permanently to our ground floor. So let's go to the view map and make sure this, let's click on the ground and open its settings. So under this view settings, I'm going to key in the scale to be 1:50 and hit OK. It will be permanently set for that. Now you can see now all the doors have a more like details. So I think also let's select them all by maybe activating the door tool and hit Control A in your, or by clicking on Alt and hold and click on one of the doors and then hit Control A. There are different ways of doing this. So yeah, you can decide which one is better for you. So let's open it, and then I'm going to set. It's either you go here or you override all the pens under the floor plan section on the info box. So I'm going to override the, sorry about that, the pens, and then I'll say it's going to be 0.15 for all the doors, as you can see. Perfect. And then there's an interesting detail that I want to make on this door, especially the hinged one. So I'll select these two and then open it, open the settings, and then from there let's find the opening lines. So I would override the model view options, and then I would say it's already kept, it's fine. The options here for the shape that you want to set up your door, your graphic in your floor plan. So I would want to have this on a hidden detail. Then the pen for, let's override also this one for the hinge. So we want them to show this way. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think the pen also, let's set it to 0.15. So then I hit OK. So now we have this nice detail. It has to be dotted because it's an opening path of the door, not an element to the door. Yeah, I think it's well represented this way. I don't know how you guys would think about this. Just go to the comment section and let me know how do you think about the opening path of the door. Should you let it solid or have it hidden to indicate it's just a path, not an element for the door? Perfect. So let's quickly also do the furniture. I think I don't like this green color or whatever pen, so I'm gonna click on the parameters of that, hit Control A to select all, and then I'm going to open its settings, or I'm just going to override here on the floor plan section from your info box. Let's override the pens and then say we want them to be 0.15. There we go. Perfect. It's starting to get shape our drawing, as you can see, guys. So even a scale of 1:50, you could see the difference between in terms of the details. So let me just put it this way, and then let's say bring it back to 100 and see it's different. When you say 1:50, it gives you the nice details that you want to see. Everyone wants to see on his drawing. So yeah, and then from here what I would do and is to move on to the next floor and place other openings, which is the doors. I'm just doing doors for now, and then later on I'll be doing windows. So we have to also decide about the graphic of the staircase in terms of the pens and all that will come later. Let's go up to the first floor, and I'll start with the furniture, select it, and then let's override like we did for the other ones on the ground, just like that, and set this. Go to the settings of this view, set the scale to 1:50. Perfect. And so let's place the, I think we have a folding sliding door here as well, so I'll go down to the ground, pick parameters of that. You can use this, but I feel it takes long for you to go there and pick parameter and then select the thing. But if you hit Ctrl Alt in your keyboard, and then you can instantly click the object like that, then you can place your door here. Perfect. It's very important, guys, to understand the sizes of your doors. Door types are important. This one I would have to have in one size like that, so that when I do my door shape, I don't have too many similar doors, but the difference will be millimeters or 100. It doesn't make sense. So you have to group them in one ID or code and with the same measurements. I think that will save your time, your life, and other people's life as well. Imagine someone who's manufacturing this door, or it'll be, especially if it's custom made doors. Yeah, it will take time. Especially these are just aluminum doors. Obviously, they are custom made, so think about that as well. So let's open again the door tool to, we can just go back to the ground because we already set these doors. So pick this one. Like I said, it has to be the same for all the bedroom. I'm going to use one door. So I'm going to place a door here. There we go. And then place another door there. There we go. This is not a design tutorial, but it's showing you how to use the software to start something. And if you're going to judge my design here, good luck about that. But I'm just trying to share the skill with you and try and make sure you improve your workflow as well. So yeah, so that's basically it. So that's the way. And then for this, for the in-suite and bath, I'm going to go to the ground and use the same, because this is different from this one because of the size. This is 800 and this is 900, so it has to be on the same dimensions. So do the same, and then do the same to this. Perfect. I think I should go for a sliding door for this. What do you think? It would be better for a sliding door. Yeah, but anyway, it's fine. Let's just leave it there. Maybe later I'll change. Okay, perfect. Now you can see the design. It's starting to take shape. Here we can have a pajama lounge. You can have some nice seating here, maybe a bag, a bin seating, depending on you, and you can do something about that because you're watching of this magnificent staircase. This is a very interesting view that you would want to capitalize on it. So yeah, let's do the windows. Activate the window tool on the design tool palette and open its settings. What I'll do, I'll just click here to open the settings dialog for the windows, and let's access the basic windows library. This is a default template that comes with ArchiCAD, and it's a very extensive library. As you know, guys, ArchiCAD is doing very good in terms of improving their library in each and every version. So what I'll do, I would want to select the window 26, and then let's go back here. Let's click on this, and what I want is to set an upper transform to this, because when you check on your preview and then activate the elevation, this is what I want to have. And then, but I don't want to have this plane or plane to be openable. I just want the transform to be openable. So what I'll do, I'll go back to the basic settings, and then let's move forward, and then I'm going to set the transform as a top hang, and then the main search is going to be fixed class as I don't want. So if you go back to the preview and positioning, that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. So let's go forward. To access other parameters, we can also click here, and to access parameters like opening lines. Under opening lines, what I want is to override the 3D model view options and have this to the arrow to show the hinges. So you can do that and show handle like so. And then I'm going to override the pen to 0.13 or 0.13, which is one of the slightest or thinnest line type or line weight we have in this default ArchiCAD library pen set. So what I'll do again is to go here again and open the model attributes and set the frame as uniform surfaces. I'll check this box, and then so that I can key in aluminum surface to all surfaces, and then under the frame and search pens on 3D, I'll also override this to color 1 on the color table, just like that, and then hit OK. From here, let's place, I'm going to start placing the window here. I'm going to have another window there, and it has to be right straight from this wall. There we go. We still have some issues here. We have this grayed out pen, and then that we need to activate, to override that. We can use the window settings, or we just scroll down here in the info box to access the floor plan and display. Let's override the pen, set this to color 1.5 millimeters. There we go. Perfect. And because these are just windows, we can automatically place labels to these windows, but that will come in a later stage. Let's just focus on placing the windows for all areas we feel it should be. And then we have another window by the toilet here. So what I'll do, I'll pick parameters of this and then open the window settings dialog. What I'm gonna do here, I'm going to use I think let's just use again this window settings. I'll pick parameters of that like I did, and then Control Alt in your keyboard to inject, or Command Alt in your when you're using Mac, then inject the settings to this window, and then go to here and set this to the height of this is going to be, because the window for the toilet is going to be around 600 height, and then 900 is going to be the width, which is fine. As you can see now, it's unpractical to have a window like this. Let's go down here by the basic window settings, and then what we're going to do is to take out the transform. So let's go back where we set here. So we're going to uncheck the transform like that, and then if you check on the preview, that's how we have it, but we need to have this openable. So let's go back, and then under here opening type should be a top hang. So you can check, that's basically what we wanted. We can have also a the handle hardware or ironmongery for this. Let's go for activate the window handle, and then choose any type of window handle you would want your window to have, and then hit OK. So what I'll do is just place it here, click outside, should be on the center. Let me just move it here and then move back by 100, just like that. Perfect, so that it can be nicely positioned. And then another window that I'm going to have is at the top. So we're done with the windows, we're going to have another one at the top. We can have another one here. Let me just pick the parameters of that, and then place another window there. We can decide to go for a different type of design, or just use the same as we did. Let's go up, and then we're going to have the same window for the bath. I'm going to go to the ground and pick parameters of the toilet window. Then let's come back here and place it here. Do the same to to this toilet or bathroom. Make sure it's correctly positioned, and move it away from the wall by 100 millimeters. Perfect. So another window that we need to place is here. I'm going to use the same window height for the one we have on the ground, which is this one. Let's pick parameters of that by 2, hit Alt, just press Alt and hold in your keyboard and press, and then let's place it there and make sure it's nicely positioned like that. Perfect. And then we have another window there. Here we're going to have a different setup, a different type of window there. So it's going to be we should have an allowance of another window here, because we cannot have, just to influence the cross ventilation. So I think we need to revise our staircase dimensions, but anyway, that will come later. Let's just place another window there, then move this to the area just like that. I can now adjust these lines to start on the edge of the wall by clicking on this point and activate the move node in your pad palette. Fantastic. So like I said, we need to have another window here. What I'll do, I'll try to see what can we do about the staircase to try reduce the settings for, I think we're having, let me just dimension first before I make a decision. This is 300, and 300 I think it's too much. We can set it to 200 or 210. So let's open the settings of the staircase. Let's come here, and the treat, we can set the treat to be to be fixed. Let's say, let's fix it to 210 and then hit OK. It should change. Didn't change that much, but if you click this arrow and then if you move back, you're still not going to access the settings, because what I want is to move this wall back to this point so that we can create enough space to place a window here. But I think it's achievable. It's still achievable. Let's go back and open the settings for the staircase, and let's say, I don't know why it didn't say, maybe we can change this to 19, set the going to 250, 284. That's the only that I can get. There we go. And we can select these elements and then move them there. Perfect. I should have now a better distance to have a window there. Let's pick these walls and fillet them. Do the same to this. No, it should be this one and that, just like that. And then pick parameters of this window and place it here. Now we can get rid of this line. Eventually we'll get rid of all the lines, all the 2D lines in our project, because we would have all elements represented well. So yeah, okay, now we are done with the placement of windows. What we need to do is let's move on to this floor slab. So we're going to have a ground floor slab. So I'm going to activate the slab tool and another structure. Let's set this to basic and set the height to 150 millimeters, and the material is fine. I can override the top surface to a tile. So let's override this surface to a tile, something like ceiling tile, tile 10 30 by 30. Then hit OK. What I'll do, start drawing to place using the geometry method of polyline and place the slab using the internal points of the building, just like that. There we go. Place it there, and then we're going to have another slab here. This one I can use a rectangular method and place it like that, and then we're going to have another one here. Perfect. But these two are not on the same level with this one, so I'm going to set it minus 15 or minus, sorry, 50. Yes, I think it's fine. Let's for the first time check on 3D so that we can appreciate the process. This is exactly what we created, and yeah, so I think here is the back. What I want us to focus is on the slabs, because this one I've dropped it down a bit by 50 millimeters. It has to be to create a step. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think it shows. What I'll do, let me select all the walls while we're still here. Select all the walls, and then I will open its settings. I'm going to override its material, so let's override this to stucco plaster, which is stucco fine for all the surfaces. I'll click on this to link all the surfaces and then hit OK, just to have something like that. I think no, it's not. Let's do it again and go back. I'm going to change this to this one, then hit OK. This looks better. Yeah, and then we're going to place a slab for the upper floor, because here we have already placed one, and as you can see, our staircase, it will go across the height of this toilet to get its support from the slab. Let's do that. So I'll pick the parameters of the slab, then open the first floor, or I'll go back and copy this, and then that, then Control C to copy. What I'll do, open the floor, right click to paste these elements there, and then I'm going to modify the geometry of the slab to fit the footprint of the first floor, like that. Then here is going to be there, nice one, and then this is going to be also there to here. Then this one is going to have another one here. Perfect. Let's make sure we're accurate. Let's select the main slab and click one of the points to activate the subtract from polygon from the pad palette, and then we're going to subtract this portion to create a void for the staircase. And then if you check on a 3D, this is how it's going to be. But we're having an issue for this wall. If you zoom in closely like this, let's select this wall and trim it underside of the staircase. We're going to right click and connect to bring in solid element operation. By default, it will pick the selected element as a target. So what I'm going to do is just to use the staircase as an operator. I'll get this operator, and then the operation will be subtraction with upward extrusion, and hit execute to cut your wall with the underside of the staircase. That's how it's supposed to be. Let me close this. Perfect. So that is how it's supposed to be. As you can see, it looks very interesting, but this is just the beginning of this tutorial. Yeah, let's go back to the floor plan, and we are done with the setting up of the slabs and the openings. So the next activity will be now doing the roof, because we cannot decide on the concept of this house without having a roof first. I'm going to have a traditional gable roof or traditional flat roof. It's not necessarily a flat roof, but can I do a sketch on the elevation? Let me go back here and let me select this elevation, right click and open with the current view settings. So what I want to have for this is to have something like that. I'll have a slope roof like so. That's what I want to achieve for for that. So let's do it. I'm going to go to the roof and activate the design tool palette. Let's open the roof tool. We're going to use the single plane geometry, and then under the construction method we're going to use the rectangular one. So there's nothing here on this view. What I'll do, I'll right click on the first floor and show this as a reference. So my roof will start here to there, sloping to this direction. So I'm going to draw it to the center of this wall, just like that. And then I'm going to set, let's set the angle or the pitch to 40 degrees and check on 3D. There we go. Let's move this down. I think what we can do is to select that, restrict it to 0, like so. There we go. And then I think let me offset the edge by maybe a meter to this direction, and then the rest will slope to that direction. I can mirror a copy for this, just like that, and then pick this blue reference line and bring it back here, just like that. Oh, in the inside, like so. I think that's how it's supposed to be. No, it should be outside. Let's say, select it, and then let me zoom in like so, and then we have an offset of 200. There we go. I can now bring the reference line to there. Perfect. If you check on a 3D, that's how it's supposed to be. So this will be in line with that at the top, something like that. Perfect. And now I need to stretch my walls, especially this one. I'm going to select it and then stretch the height to the top like that. Perfect. And then we're going to have this one as well, going all the way to the top. And then we would need another one from there. It's going to be a tree. So then we're going to have another one from there. Also, it's going to be a tree, even from this side as well. So I'll go to the roof plane and I'm going to draw those lines based from here. I'll pick parameters of that one and then draw it like here to there, and then from here to there, right click and hit OK. This one will go all the way to the top. Let's see on 3D. This should be, I'll pick parameters of that one and transfer to that one. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, it looks messy. Don't worry. It might be look messy, but it will be there. So these ones we drew from the roof, we are going to restrict them only from the roof, just like that. And then the height will be, let's just bring them to the same height like the others. I don't know, here should I have, I think I need to have the trim of this. So go to the first floor. I'm going to split this wall, split it here, and then I'll do another split here. So let's fillet. I'll do the same to this one as well. Do the same and go down and do the same to this one as well. Even this one, fillet. I'm just doing this for the sake of cleaning the joint between these walls. Then we can select this or apply the same parameters to that one, just like that. Sorry. No, but this one we don't need to apply like that. I don't think we should we should have trimmed it or splitted this into 3. We could have just raised the, sorry about that, we raised the height of the wall, but let's just leave it for now. We'll sort it out in later stage. So what I want to do is to select all these walls that are protruding above the roof, and then right click, go to connect, and then I'm going to trim these elements to roof. Then I'll select the to roof. Oh, sorry, I didn't do it. Let's say this, right click and bring solid element operation. For example, I've selected all the targets, so the operator will be the 2 elements, which is the roof, and then use subtract with upward extrusion and then hit execute. So we can close off the operation that, and then this is what we are achieving exactly. So that's what I wanted. And then here, let's decide what we can do. Do we raise the wall to the same level of the roof, or do we only raise this wall just like this? I don't think it looks nice. We can have a gutter. We can have this as a gutter. I don't know. What do you think? And let me do this first. Select the roof and bring it down by -200 or maybe 300. Yeah, it looks perfect. This one has to be in line with this one at the top there. Perfect. Yeah, it's the way it's supposed to be. And then here we're going to have a roof slab. So go to the roof plane and activate the roof slab. Let's fill in this space with a slab, just to have a roof slab like so. And then I'm going to select it and then open its settings. Instead of overriding the top surface, we're going to take it off just to have a concrete feel there. Perfect. And then we can also have a wall just to cover the roof slab. Let me suspend groups and then set the height of this to 500 just to control the spillage of water, or maybe 300. Perfect. That's crazy. I don't know why we don't have a slab here. Let's go to the first floor and let's modify the geometry of this. Select that and bring it to there. I think there is a slab here that we can get it. Maybe check on a 3D and delete to remain with this. Yeah, this can be sorted. Maybe let's drop the walls down. Oh, sorry, suspend group first. Let's do this. Drop this wall by -200 just to cover up the edges of the roof. But this can affect the floor plane. Let's see on the floor plane. So on the ground floor, this can, no, but it's not showing here. It's not showing. It looks great. So let's go back there on the 3D, and I'm going to do the same to this one. Let's pick the parameters of this and apply to that wall. Nice. So we have now a clean roof. Perfect. So this is the carport. So let's go back to the ground, and we're just trying to get the whole concept together, like knitting everything together and put everything together so that when we start putting all the details, it looks great. So what I'll do here, there's a carport. I'm going to use a mesh tool. A mesh is great for doing the groundwork, more especially for the paving, for the landscape paving. So I'm going to use this and draw it from there to here, and let's select it and open its settings. Set the cover fill to none. We don't want to see the cover fill. So, oh sorry, before I do that, and this can be a concrete as well. Let me assign the material to can search for it, concrete structural, and I can take this line to there, and I can now apply this line to, or draw this line, or embed this line into the mesh. So to do that, let's select the mesh and activate the mesh tool, and press and hold the space bar and click on the line. Make sure it says fit on user regis, and then hit OK. Oh, it didn't do this side. Let's do it again. Sorry, I'm supposed to say that, and then do the same to this. Didn't do it. Let's delete the line and see, or maybe it can be embedded once we apply the slope. Let's go back here and then drop this down a bit by 100. You see, now the line is being applied, and then this one by 100 as well. So let's see. Oh, it didn't work. Why it didn't work? One reason is because the 2D line we've used, it was right on top of the edge. I don't know, it won't make sense. Let me just do it so that you can, I'll undo, so that you can undo again, so that you can understand this. So what I'll do, instead of having this all the way to the edge of the mesh, let's bring it down a bit like so, and then activate the mesh tool while this is being selected on the floor plane, and then hold space bar and then click, then hit OK. You see, now it's being applied. That was the case that I wanted to make. Let's delete that, and then I'll select the slab, and then make sure the uncut line is the dashed line, just like this. So perfect. As you can see, the line now is visible. So if you check on a 3D, let's override the surface of that to a concrete, just like this, and then drop down this edge because it's a slope by -150. Do the same to the side, something like that. Yeah, and then this will start straight from 0. There we go. Not 0, I think it should be -50, because our slab, our outside slab are -50. Let me just do this. Nice one. Great. Yeah. Perfect. So don't worry about the spacing between the created by the walls and that, and your floor slab. As you can see, is because this is an allowance of having a footing or a foundation wall that will fix that. Practically, that's how the slab is being casted. You cannot cast a slab without having a foundation wall. So, and the brickwork for the superstructure, normally it starts from the on top of the foundation wall once the slab is being casted. So that's how it should be done. So don't worry about this, we'll fix it later. So, and we can, I think let's do it. I think let's fix that. So I'll create a foundation plane or a foundation view. So what I'll do, right click here and then go to story settings, and then let's select the ground and insert the story below and call it this for, I'll say footing. Let me say foundation level. It's going to be a foundation, and then the depth of our foundation is going to be let's leave it at 1.2 or maybe 1000, and then hit OK. There we go, we have our foundation. So if you click on this and right click and show the ground floor as a reference, so this will be the footprint of our foundation. So what we'll do, we'll create a footing that will comprise 2 elements, which is the footing slab and a foundation wall. So I'm going to use a composite, what you call this, a complex profile or a profile manager to create that. So let's go to options and open complex profiles and open the profile manager. So here what we're going to do is going to create a new profile. We're gonna have it under structural. Let's put under structural, and I would say concrete, or maybe let's just create a folder under structural, which is going to be foundations. then hit OK. From here, what I'll do, I'll create a new without duplicating anything. I'll call it footing. Then hit OK. There we go. It will open this window. So from here, we're going to reuse these elements. So first thing I'll do, I'll select this. It's a brick. Let me just make a copy of this to the top. Let's select that one. Set this to a concrete structural, which is going to be this one. Then the width of this is going to be 690. I'm going to stretch it there by 690. So let me just draw it there. Perfect. So I can get rid of this line as a guide. And then the brick wall. So this is the footing. This is going to be a brick wall. Let me just draw the height of the brick wall, because the height of our foundation or depth or trenches is 1 meter. So I'll say 1000, which is 1 meter, and then stretch this to there. Don't forget our width of the thickness of our walls are 250. Yeah. Then this has to be also 250. Perfect. And what I'll do, I would want to use this reference or origin point to use it to place my, or to take advantage of it and then use it to as a tool for placing these elements in our floor plane. Let's just move this to the top. So I'll move this by the center, move this by the midpoint to the reference or to the origin point, like that. And then drag this, do the same to the foundation wall, move it there. So that's how we're going to use it. So when you're drawing your foundation or footing, this line is going to be drawn to show as a reference, x-axis. You know, when you're using beams, you have your x-axis lines. So that's basically I'm trying to capture here. So from here, let's say this is going to be the same material like the one for our brickwork, which is brick structural. And then let's save this, and we're going to use a beam to place this, and then save. Perfect. Let's go back. So what you're going to do, go to the design tool and activate the beam. Under structure, set the structure to a composite or to a profile, and then set the profile to what we created at the moment, so which is the footing. And let's draw. So you see, I've made a mistake by using a reference point for the center or the x-axis for the thing. So now it's placing. So if I draw it, it's going to be outside. As you can see, it's not correctly done. So what I'll do, I'll edit this, and then I'll use the edge of the brickwork, which is this point, and then move it to there, and then hit save. Go back. Now if you activate that, now you can see it's correctly placed. So I can run this to there, and then run that. Use the chained method just to quickly place your footing like that, just like that. There are a lot of ways of placing footings. You can use different methods, but I find this one very intuitive, because once you have it placed, you can also play around with some adjustment that is going to be parametrically controlled, of which that is the future, that is key to the success of your model. I think this, we need to stretch it to there, and then draw to place that. I think no, I think it should go out this direction, like so. Number one. I think also we need this one to be stretched to all the way to there. Perfect. So if we check on the 3D, so let's see how is the results. Nice and clean. I think we might be having issues here, because you see, this is where the zero of our brickwork should start, and this also has to address that. So to fix this accurately, let's draw a section. Let's go to the viewpoints, and draw a section. Draw a section that will cut here to there, and then select it, right click to open with the current settings. There we go. And then what we need to adjust, we need to decide this is the top of footing or the bottom of footing. You get what I'm saying? So to do that, let's edit our profile and then select all this and then bring it down and save. Let's see the results. That will help also. Perfect. You see now what the way I want it. Yeah, crazy stuff. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're going to have a gutter here, the internal gutter, a concrete gutter that will house everything for the that will collect water from the, so don't worry about that. It's unpractical, yes, of course, but we need to create a detail that will capture that. So don't worry for now, but be grateful that everything now, it looks perfect. It looks crazy. Yeah, we have the form or the concept of this house in place. Now the next stage is to detail this further and have a great project. I already see this project as one of the interesting projects I've ever made a tutorial with in ArchiCAD. So yeah, let's tune for that. Let's take this concept further into a detailed model. So what I'll start is by the entrance here. So let me say, if you zoom in here, the slabs that are here are supposed to, oh sorry, what am I doing? They're supposed to be, I'll pick the edge and stretch it so that they can meet that way. Perfect. And then there will be a step down, as you can see here, but it's fine that way. And what I would need to solve again is this window. I think I need to take out this window because this is a tiny window. What I'll do, let's go to the first floor and I'm going to insert it this side like so. Check on 3D. Oh, I don't know why it went all the way to there. So let's say 0. It should be, I think we need to define it. Or let me just do it here. I'll pick that and click there. Alright, maybe I need to set a seal height. We'll relink again to the first floor. And then this should be maybe 1 meter. Perfect. So now I can get rid of this window on this wall. Yeah. Okay, so what I've realized is that I want to have a beam that will run across here and then have a slab that will be covering this area. So to do that, let's go to design and take a beam. You can draw a beam. No way, we're going to use just a basic structure, a basic profile, and then I'm going to draw it to here, right click and then hit OK. So let's select it and set and change the dimension. It's going to be 300 by 250. Oh sorry, why am I doing? It's 300. The height is going to be 250, something like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to drop it down to the level of that. And then I'm going to have a wall that will be on top of this beam, running all the way to here. Right click, hit OK, and then you can crop. Let's take this, take that and fill it So what I'll do is to extend my overhang to 600 and do the same to the side. Let's see. Nice. Yep. But I have this line because of that, so I need to solve this. What I can do is to move this to there. This line will disappear and I'll have a clean feature there. Then this wall will be out like so, and then this is going to be extended to somewhere here. I'll make it 97,000. Yeah, something like that. It looks great. It looks great. Yeah, and then we have to place, we've created a cap already there, but we need to go to the roof plane and place a slab there. So I would switch off the trace reference, then it's here, pick a slab and then fill this area. Maybe to stretch to there. Let's check on a 3D. Oh, this shouldn't go all the way. Let me leave it there. Perfect. Yeah. So let's override the material to just have paint, which is glossy white. Oh, I'm looking for a, what's going on? I'm looking for a glossy white paint and then link all the surfaces to be the same. Yeah, that's what I'm having. I'll do the same to the beam. Let's match the material to the wall. So select that, under segment, sorry, and then let's link that. There's going to be white stucco rough, then hit OK. Something like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to have a slab, like I said. This slab is going to be underneath here. So let me just drop it down to there. And then I'm going to have a steel beam profile that will run here and have some perforation there. So let me do it on the roof plane. What I'll do, I'll activate this. If you go to the profile, and you would find by under steel, this is the only steel profile that comes with a template, but we need to import the steel profile that across the world in different regions. So go to options and then let's open the complex profile and import the standard steel profile. So what I would do, I'm looking for the C sections instead of I sections. So I'll say C, and then I want from the size 300 to 220. I think that's the dimensions I'm looking for. And add profile, and then select them as well, and then import. So what I'll do, go to the profile structure, and let's start with the 300 one. I'll draw it there. It's going to be centered there. I click and then hit OK. Check on the 3D. Let's see. I think we need to drop it down by maybe 500 or 400. Say 350. Yeah. And then this is going to be stretched to this point. Nice and clean. and then let's set the details of this door. I'll open its settings. On the settings, I'm looking for the frame or the leaf type. What I'm looking for, I'm going to change this to this one, so it won't change the frame with dimensions, as you can see, but it won't give you the option to override that. That's the key. So you need to use the HV grid, like I said before, to set the dimensions of your frame, and then that's when you can now later change the leaf design. So I can hit OK. So there we go. I would like to close it off. Let me say 0. 0 applies to this side. 0. And I still feel like the width of this is too much, so I can go back and under this, let's see this will be 50, 50, let's see. Okay, it changed, but we need to take it back to the leaf we want. Nice. It looks great. So I can transfer the parameters of this to this one. Perfect. Yep. And then all the windows, I'll select all the windows like that, and then I'll try, instead of, let me just say this and this one, the windows this side now. I'm going to set the seal height to header to wall base, wall top, sorry, and then set this to 2.1. Oh no, I think it's the wall base, and set this to 2.1. Perfect. So that's how you do it. Let's do for the upper windows, just like that. Select all, then I'll say under seal height is going to be wall base, then set it to 2.1. Perfect. They're going to be inlined, all this. Perfect. So from here, what I think the reveal for this window should be 90, like so. Thank you. And let's move to the side. I need to have a reveal as well for 90, like that. But for this window, we need to have a window that will take shape of the roof slant. So what I'll do, pick parameters of this and select it, open its settings. What I'm going to do is go to the special windows, and then I would find for this window, the trapezoid one, but instead of selecting it, I would transfer the parameters of the one that I've picked on it, and then let's preview it. This is how it is. I think we can change. Can we not add a transom? Let's add a transom. Perfect. So let's preview it. Yeah, and then we're going to have this as a top wing, the transom as a top wing instead of that. So let's bring it here. This will be top hang. We don't have a top hang. Bottom hang. Let's say side hang. This will be fixed. Or let me just say top hang. This will be top hang, and then this will be fixed. Let's see. I need to mirror it. So let's go to the first floor instead of the roof. What I'll do here, select this and then click on this point to fit in the window. Select one of the points. Let's mirror it vertical. It should be fine. No, I did a mistake. It was okay. I don't know why I was mirroring it. It was okay like this, so that I can stretch it here, do the same to this. Oh, undo. Could have, let me increase the height first. Oh, it's not allowing me to do that. What is the problem with this? Let's see. Alright, so the best view to do this is the elevation. So let's open the elevation and set that to here, and then this will it's not doing us justice. Let's say this would be that. Yeah. Then it's going to be starting from all the way to the first floor finish. Let's do it again. I'll move it to here. I'm just using the eyes to gauge this, but it looks fine. It looks okay. Maybe a bit. Yeah. And then what I'll do, select the roof. I'm going to change the plumb cut or the if cut to have an angle of 90 degrees like that. So that is, we have that. Perfect. So now you see what I wanted to achieve. I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy with this. I don't know if we can add another layer of another transzone to this. Let's see. Let's go back here. We cannot. We cannot. So let's just set this to 1.2. This to 900. Oh. Oh, let me do this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this one. Or can I do it manual on the 3D model like so? Yeah. But still, I need to. We cannot have a top hang coming from there. We can maybe say double section or double. Let's check double hang. It's not bad. And then open the settings to override the materials under material attributes. Set this uniform window surface to be 1 and set this to aluminum. And I'll set also the frame pen for the 3D to should be pen 1, which is 0.13. Just like that, and hit OK. Yeah, perfect. Now our project is starting to take shape, so we also need to address this one. So I'll start with the reveal, make it 90, and then it has to be full height, starting from the floor finish, just like that, something like that. Let's stretch it to there, and then this is going to also change to the nice. That's how you detail your model. So the window for the bathroom, also set the reveal to 90. Same applies to this one, to 90. This one it's better because it's hidden by this part. And then let's override the surface, the underneath surface for the slab to a paint white material. Then OK. Perfect. Starting to get its shape. And now there will be a problem here. We need to have the same layer, or this concrete should be on the same. So what I'll do, I'll rather have this going all the way to there. And then let's open the first floor to select and define the geometry. I'm going to subtract it for it not to go across like that to there. And then this one as well, we need to bring it back to the internal part of the building, so that so that here it can be just clean and plain, as you can see. Yep. Yeah. Perfect. So you started to get shape. I'll have the same steel profile to the slab. So what I'll do, I can go to here and copy that. Let's hit Control C. I think here the positioning is wrong. It needs to be flashing with the wall. Then select both and fillet. Hit Control C to copy, and let's go to the ground and paste it there. Let's paste it here. Use the original location because we just want them to be in the same position, like so. Why is showing on the something is wrong here? This is the first floor, this is ground. Why this is showing on the ground floor? So we need to select all the footing. Let's come here, select all the footing and go to floor plan section. Let's say this should show only on home story. We don't want it to show on the ground. Perfect. So if you come here, let's see, basically move it to the top, 0. Yeah, I think it should be in line with this wall. So let's select it and send it to the top, align it with this wall by 100. Nice. I'm still skeptical with the size of this. I cannot. Let me try try a different size, which is maybe 280. 280 is not that much. Let's go for 260. Yeah, I think 260 would work for both. Let's also do this one, 260, something like this. Yeah, and then we should have this continuing to here again. And I don't know, this wall should also be going all the way. Let me stretch it to here and see how it will all the way like that. And then if you go to the first floor, let's say we copy this to here and stretch it to there, so that we can feel this little bit just to define the space. And then maybe pick parameters of that and inject to this. What happened? Let's see, this is roof, this is ground, this should be also roof, and on roof should be -350. Yeah, yes, it looks great. It looks great. Looks great. Perfect. Here we can have some perforations or some shading device on this. It will depend on what we want to do. So yeah, I think it looks great. So let's focus again on the floor now. So go to the ground floor. What I want to do here is to have I'll pick parameters of the slab, and then let's draw the step. We have another one here, the other one is there, and then this will be now a mesh. So let's see. I think I should be a slab as well. Let me just have a slab as well instead of a mesh, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is to select 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this one, let's drop it down by 150. So, and drop this as well by 150, something like this. Perfect. And then I'm going to have a wall in between the ramp and these guys. So let's do that. Go to ground, and I'm going to pick this wall, draw it there to there, enter. I'll have another one here. We check on 3D. We're going to unlink these two. So say not linked, and then make it 300, something like that, and it should come all the way to here. Let's see, something like this. This should be maybe around 450. Yeah. Should I have a wall between this? I don't think so. So let's just get rid of this and remain with that. I think that's how it should be. That's how it should be. So I can have these lines also dotted on a 3D. So I'll come here and then say oops, I wanted to override these lines also to be dashed, but let's see, oh, show user. No, it's not showing. I'm not seeing the option to override that. I don't know why. To be honest. I don't know why. But anyway, if you know how you can override the lines of a 3D, the lines in 3D of a mesh, let me know in the comment section so that we can share with the others. I cannot see it here. I don't know. Maybe underfloor plane has been override, but it's not. It's not. Okay, that's fine. I would admit I've lost. I'll take a loose and then do that. So what I want again, like I was saying, is to put the shading device here and then have it going all the way down. I don't know what to use, but we can try something like a slab or a beam or a wall. Let me start with a column. Then this column I'm going to make it, let me open its settings. Let's make it this column 50 by 50 profile, and then it should go all the way. I'll say not link so that I can override the height for it to be maybe 2.1 for example. And let's click on the segment so that we can set this to be a timber material, timber structural, and I would want to not override the surface, just leave it the way it is. Click it there. Perfect. So it's sitting here. Let me just drag it to here. Make sure it's accurately positioned like so, and then click on the point. Let's on the pet palette multiply. I'm going just to do a random multiplication like so, maybe by 700. Let's see, 700 distance. And then let's take advantage of the selection and group. so that it can help us to modify this. Okay, let's see the height for that. I think we can stretch it to the top here, something like this, and then it should also rest here. There we go. I will inject the parameters of that to the other elements, something like that. Does it make any sense, guys? We wanted to do something, and then we can have some railing in between as well. So let's do that. If it doesn't work, I would have to sketch and come up with something great or something different from this. So yeah, out of the camera I'll do that. So let's go to the railing tool. Where is it? Railing. Let's check under the favorites what we have there. If we have something like this would work, but this also would work. Maybe I will click on that. So I'll click here, then click on this point. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's fine. I can just close it and then right click and hit OK and modify it once I've placed it. So let's see how it is. That's the right, not bad. Not bad. Yeah. And then at the back here, I think here also we need to have something, so I can use the same profile for the beam as well and then run it across. So let's do that. It's going to be on the roof. This is only needs to be showing on the home story. I'm going to say layouts, floor plan display, home story only, and then continue. So let's right click on the first floor and show it as a trace reference. So what we want, we're going to take a beam, and then this beam, and then like I said, this beam has to be the same measurements as the columns that we used for that profile. So let's just set it to a basic and then set the material to timber. We used timber structural, and this will be 50 by 50. Hit enter. So it will be from here to there. Let's do that, and then I'll right click and go to move and drag. I wanted to drag multiple copy. Let's drag multiple copies so that we just do that. This is a great tool for this type of activity or task. And then click on cancel, get advantage of the selection and hit on group, check on 3D. Let's select that, make sure its suspend group are active, and drop it down to the level of the steel beam, something like this. So they can decide to put something, maybe a canvas or the these trees that grows, the flowers that grows above elements. So that will be better. So here I was thinking I modify this. Let me just say suspend group active and then select 1 and 3. You know what I want to do? I want to, okay, instead of selecting them that way, let's go to the first floor. What I would do, I'll say I'll hit on tab. Let's move this to there. I'll move a copy to this one, and then take the remaining one to there. And then I'm going to pick the parameters of that and draw a beam horizontally like that. So let's check on the 3D. I think the one that I've drawn here, there we go. So what I'll do, I'll just move it and then underside the beam. So like so. What I'll do, I'll make sure I create gaps between this, maybe a 5mm gap. Same applies to the other side. Move this by 5mm. Let's see the effect that will create. See the effect. So I need to make a copy again of this to here. Move this down by, sorry about that, there's the motorbike. Move this again down by 5, so that you can have something like, let me fix this joints. Same applies to this one. I'll do the same this side to there, and this one as well. Perfect. One last thing that I would do to make sure everything is on, I'll make sure the pencils are the same. So I don't know, should I go with the red one or the, I hate this red color. So what I'll do, I'll pick all these columns like so, and then come here and override the outlines, which is uncut, to color 1. So yeah, I think just we need to say color 1 for everything. There we go. And then I'll do the same to the beams, like so, like so. Number 1. Yeah. So I'm gonna move a copy of this down below, and then also make sure you have the same effect. I'll move this to there, and then move or create a distance of 5mm gap. And then what we need to do is this has to be in line with that. No, I think it should be in line with this one. Yeah. And then this one to here. Oh, it should be some, yeah, like so. Let's move to the other side and do the same. So this column, I'll move it to there. Stretch this to there. So from here, let's select these ones and group them like that. I'm going to delete, let me just delete everything so that I can now multiply this to the other side, just like that. Hit Control G to group all of them. Then let's do it on the floor plane, or maybe on the elevation. I think elevation is the perfect view to do that. So click on that, suspend groups, and then Control Shift D to create a copy. So here, yeah, let me just place it there for the time being, and do the same to this one. Yeah. And then I know here there's an issue of this guy is sitting on top of each other. What is wrong with this? I think I made a mistake. Let me undo. If it doesn't work, guys, you need to try and make sure it's what you want. So I'll deselect this one, yeah, so that I can use it as a reference of copying, like so. There you go. Nice. Is it something that I want? Yeah. And then do the same from here to there. Should be fine. What is this? And that. Okay, we need to select the two and make sure they are aligned with the top. Nice. Perfect. I think it's accurately done now. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Okay. Looks great. I think I have an issue again here with this window. It has to go all the way underneath the roof. So let me just do this. And do that. Also do the same to that. Perfect. That's a nice effect. That's a nice effect. Okay, so I'm going to have another beam here. This is going to be a wall. It's going to come from the wall from here, and then that beam will have also a transparent or fenced kind of a carport. So yeah, we have to do that. So what I'll do, I can go to the ground and pick parameters of this. Let me just draw a wall of 600 to there. Then hit enter. Let's check on a 3D. Yes, that's how the wall should be. Let me make this to start all the way from foundation, and the link should be first floor. Yeah. Or should be in line with the other one. I think they're aligned. True. So what I want is to have a profile again there. We'll go all the way, and then I'll have a fence here for this, and then I'll have a covered carport. Yeah. So what to do is maybe to drop this wall a little bit and then this one a little bit. So to do that, let's just maybe split this before we do that. Make sure the suspend group is selected so that we can split this wall from here. Perfect. So if we go to 3D, this we are going to say we're not linking it to the first floor, rather we're making it to be 2.7, something like this. And then I'm going to pick parameters of this and do the same to this one, not unlinked, and it should be 2.7, or just stretch it to use this. The reason why it's not matching this one is because it's coming from all the way from the foundation, but we can also maybe stretch it to the and then I'm going still to use the same steel profile, but this time around I'm going to use it on a okay, I think let's use it on the ground, and then draw it from here all the way to there, and then it's going to be going all the way to there, and let's move it to the inside, and let's make sure it's filleting 90 degrees with that one. So, here, and then I think this I might take it out from here. I don't need this, but it's fine. I was thinking I'd get rid of this steel profile on this side, but let's just leave it for the time being. maybe to work it will resonate with the design going forward. So let's drop this down by 500, something like this. Yeah, and then also this can be down there. Let's do the same to this one. Oh no, I think this should be yes, should be projecting to that and support the steel beam like so. So yeah, and then no, I think it's going to be a steel mesh, so let me just say undo, so that when I go to ground I still have this going all the way from here to there. Hit OK. Let's select this, and this one let's fillet. So check on the 3D. So let me see, it has to be the outside, the inverse. So what I'll do, select that, click on the reference line, mirror it vertical so that it can be this way. Perfect. What I want is to create an effect as if this is suspended. So, but before we do that, let me just move this one maybe somewhere there. Yeah, and then fillet the two. Like I say, let's check on 3D. I want this steel frame is more like it's suspended. So to achieve that, I'll drop this columns to somewhere there, maybe 2.5. Let's see. No, I think 2.5 it's small. Let's go for 2.5. Yeah. Then I'll do the same to this one. Something like that. Piece. And then I'm gonna have a column. I can pick this one, and then let me just place it on the ground. I wanted to be lazy, so come here, place it on the center of that, and here as well. Check on the 3D. So this is going to start. Let's stretch the height to there, and then stretch this to the underside of the steel. And then sorry, let's set the material to a steel or steel structural. Perfect. I think it looks thin, but I'll group. Let's override the dimensions to 100 by 100. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. I think this side we may move this to the inside. Where is it? I'm not seeing it here. Maybe it's on the first floor. It's not also showing here. So let's use the south elevation view to modify this. I'll say move it to there. Perfect. So this will create an effect that this is suspended. Something like that. I don't know. You see what I'm trying to achieve here. This one will stretch it all the way to this wall. Perfect. And then you can roof this area by having all the series of this. So this one is easy. Let's say I'm going to run multiplication of this. Maybe just do that. I'll say the distance between the elements will be 1 meter, something like that. Select this, select that, and group. don't think we need this. Let me just say undo. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8 in between. So what I'll do, I'll use a different multiplication method. So I will set a distribution of 8 copies, or maybe or 7 copies, and then pick from there to somewhere there. Okay, then we can copy that. Let's see, on a 3D we might as well reduce the dimensions of the internal ones. So I think it's going to go all the way like that. Let's reduce this to something small, or maybe 220. Yeah, let's see, 220. Then I'm going to have another profile that will run all the way like that to add a strength to this guy. Maybe I'll mirror it. Let's mirror a copy that way, something like that. Yeah, perfect. And then we can cover the entire carport and the entrance. We can also design for the flower pot here, or a plant, just to have some nice landscape along this, instead of having it like this. So I would say pick parameters of that, and then set the wall to be 1:5. The thickness of this wall should be 1:5. 1:5. And then I'll use a rectangle method, rectangular input, and just draw something like that to the width of 400, and that. Check on a 3D. This suspend group, and then set this to be 500. Yeah, then you have something you can put in between. Let's fill it with soil, with earth. But before we do that, let's fix this area. Let me suspend and then right click, connect, bring your solid element operation. So do we to pick the tag selected as a target, and let's select the mesh and use it as an operator. So we're going to trim with downward extrusion. So let's do that, just to clean up and go to the floor plan. What I'll do here is fill in this with mesh. So pick a mesh, open it, and then I'm just gonna have something like 500. 500 to be perfect, and then cover the grass screen. Do that. Let's see. Then select this. We can stretch to here. Something. Perfect. That's your building, and that's how you detail it. So I think this side we need to have the same height. Let me pick parameters of this, and yes, we need to have that. At the back we didn't do anything for the time being. So now I want us to detail the roof. So I'm going to select this tool, then go to design extra, accessories, roof accessories, because we're using a concrete tile. So we don't have the accessory library loaded in this, so let's go load the material library. So go to file and then open the library manager. In this here I'll add an accessory library from your local disk C, and then open it. Program files, Graphisoft, ArchiCAD 26. Let's find accessory library 26. Then hit OK to load it. It will take some bit of time depending on your speed of your machine. I'm using a laptop for this demonstration, but it should be fine. There we go. It's responding. Yeah, that was a long tutorial. Whew. It was worth it, by the way. It takes time. Thank you. There we go. Okay, now if we go back to design and say design extra, accessories and roof accessories, it will give us the surfacer, which is this. Let's go to the surfacer settings, and we're going to set this to be Italian tiles. And I'm going to make sure this time around I'm going to have the pattern of different, I will randomize the surface like that. And the background pen, it will be I don't know, the background pen, the fill pen will be 0.15 and the contour pen will be 1. So the fill type is going to be this one. I'm just saying it should be transparent, the background pen, so we can preview it and see. So there we go, on the top of that. That's how it's going to be placed. And then I will make sure it's going to be placed under a layer for roof. I can just search for the roof layer and then hit OK to place it. There you go. Boom. Nice and detailed. One thing that I didn't do is to make sure this is detailed. I'll select this, open its settings. It will act as an object now. So go back here, I'll say should be detailed right away. Yes, and then the other thing is what? I think everything is fine. We can hit OK. Here we go. Another thing that we need to do is to place the ridge and the wedge around our roof. So let's go to the roof plane. Here, let's go to the roof plane. And then from here, I think we need to get rid of the trace so that we can see. I can modify this before we do that, just to have it clean and intact drawing. And then we have two different types of edge, for the one for the roof tool and the surfacer tool. So let's select the roof and make it under floor plan and section. Let's uncheck the cover fill so that we just use the object surfacer cover fill. Okay, there's a problem here of this. I think we need to set it as a screen background, the object surface. Let's select it and then open the settings, and then under here I'm going to say screen background so that it can get rid of the edge. Yeah, that way. Perfect. Now we're having a nice roof plane. So I'm going to go to object and place a ridge. Let's go open the object settings. You can say search for ridge. Ridge 26. There we go. Set the inclination to 0 and hit OK. Place it there. Set the layer to roof. Hit OK. Move it to the position. I'll move it by there and then stretch it to there. Open the section so that you can set the height of it, which is this. Drag it to the top. Drag it to the top like that. I think bring it down a bit to cover. Something like this. Let's check on the 3D. Yeah. We need to set the color to be same as this. So let me check one of the colors here. So if you say open in settings, it's going to be paint gray dark. So I'm going to select it and then open it. Let's say the surface will be paint dark gray. Where is it? Paint light gray, paint dark gray. There we go. Hit OK. Nice and clean. Perfect. Yeah, that's it for this. I think at the back is just to place the landscape. It doesn't have much of that. Let's just do that. Let me not get lazy, guys. Let's just finish this and then I take a break. Let me pick the mesh and then just draw it like so. There. Then let's see. It shouldn't be a concrete. It's going to be F. Let's say F. Or I think it should be under environment. Yeah, this one. And then let's set the top surface as grass green, and then drop this down by -150. Yeah, simple as ABC. And then we need to bring this here to there, and then let's set this to be the edge of the slab to be it's going to be paint stucco rough, white stucco rough, to match the paint for the walls, so that it can be a smooth elevation like that. And then let's set the windows reveal to 90 like the others. Yeah, I think this has to be the same with that. So I'll pick parameters of this and then inject to here. Oh, they're not on the same size, so but it's not a big problem. We can go back to the ground end and adjust this. Let's do that. Make it 4.5 exactly. And then from here, let's increase the number of panes. Oh, you see, you can just do the 3 number of leaves. Yeah, 2, 3. Let's see. Nice. I think we also need to set the reveal to 90, like so. Okay, nice and clean. So there are existing overrides here to try preview this, but we can set our own. That's basically it about this tutorial, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in. I hope you've learned a lot from this demonstration for this project. So I was very interested to start this and share with you on how to do a double story house in ArchiCAD. Also, I had one of our followers placed this as a request, so yeah, I think he will give me a feedback about this. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the development phase of this project, now doing the construction drawings or planning drawings for submission. So yeah, just like we did the other videos. So I think I'll see you there. Cheers. All the best to your career, guys. Thank you.